We have thunderstorms outside, and they are very loud, very powerful storms rolling on through central northern zones. I spoke about this earlier, that we were more and more confident that the heaviest rain, the bulk of this rain of this system, is going to roll through the central, west, northern zones and off toward the east and not so much the south. However, we're not done with the day, okay? Let's zoom on in until 12:45. We do have that severe thunderstorm warning, and that is for far portions of Fayette County. Not so much Lexington. It's for far portions, eastern portions of Fayette County, off into Clark County, some portions of Bourbon County. It's a small piece of that in southern Bourbon County, but really this is Winchester. This is all for you guys there in Winchester. Next in line will be Mount Sterling as the storms rolls on through. Very strong winds. I just stood outside for about 10 minutes or so while we had that CBS special report. We have some strong winds with this. There's no doubt about that. But it's not an extremely impressive storm, meaning I'm not seeing 70, 80 mile per hour winds with this. This is more of the 58 plus, right around 60 mile per hour winds. It's possible with the storm. A lot of heavy rain, a lot of lightning too as this rolls on through Winchester, downtown Winchester. You'll really get the brunt of it. Already seeing that, but you'll really get the brunt of it here any minute. A lot of lightning with these storms up north too. No severe warning on those as they travel along 27. Very wet go at it, 27, 75. Northern Kentucky, it's not going to be a fun drive if you're heading that way. 62 as you travel northbound. Heads up Maysville, Mount Olivet, and then work your way back toward Brooksville. You guys are next in line within about 20 minutes to about an hour, depending on where you live. Maysville is roughly 45 minutes to an hour. And we do have that severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 6 p.m. That's good news for us because it's not going off into the evening and night, right? So 6 p.m. is okay. The problem is you're still talking about a severe thunderstorm watch. And that goes for virtually everybody except for the southeastern zones. By that time, it looks like things should fade away. Nonetheless, everybody with that slight chance of severe weather as we roll through time. I do expect some storms to form at the bottom half of this batch and move on through the southern zones here in the next 3 to 5 hours. So just keep in mind, we still have some storms left over as we head throughout the rest of your afternoon. Evening time, it should fade away big time. And don't forget the concert series in Frankfort. By the time it actually kicks off later on this evening, it actually should be a much better looking evening. And that goes for Mashton Musician Festival. There is a possibility that we could have storms at that time as that thing gets kicked off too. So a lot of events going on this evening. This evening is much better looking than the rest of the afternoon. Saturday and Sunday look much better too. Only a small chance of rain on Sunday, guys. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s. It's not about the temperatures this weekend. It's more about the humidity. It's dropping, and that's big news for us and getting these storms on out of here. These storms have been very loud, very noisy, and it looks like that's going to be the rest of the afternoon.
And the delay at the Speedway is today, right, on the operations there?
Yeah, a two-hour delay is what we're hearing. We'll confirm that when we come up next.
And tomorrow looks all right up there for the big races.
Yeah, right, yeah. Big race looks good.
Appreciate it, Micah.
Well, of course, a lot has been going on nationally with the events in Dallas, Texas. It's also a very sad day here in Lexington as fellow police officers and the community prepare to say goodbye to a Lexington police detective who lost his battle with cancer earlier this week. Detective Philip Harrison died Wednesday morning. He was a member of the department for nearly 20 years. WKYT's Victor Puente has more on how he's being remembered.
The friends, family, and fellow officers gathered today are honoring a man who they say exemplified what a police officer should be. Detective Philip Harrison passed away Wednesday from pancreatic cancer. He leaves behind a wife and 12-year-old daughter. Visitation began at 10 a.m. and his funeral starts at 2. Harrison's service with the city of Lexington started in 1987, the Division of Community Corrections. He joined the police department in 1996 and retired in May of this year. His chief said not only was he a great father, but he also connected with the people he served. He said the last few days have brought into focus how important having officers like Harrison is to a community.
The one thing that I can tell you and that Philip would tell you is that we have to do our duty, and that is to protect the people that need our assistance. And he would be lining up if he was here today. He would be here, and then he would be right out on the street serving our community.
Once this service ends, a procession will carry Harrison's body up Richmond Road to Man of War to Bluegrass Memorial Gardens on Harrodsburg Road. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Well, Harrison's family is asking for memorial contributions to be directed to Hospice of the Bluegrass.
And we hope you keep it here on WKYT. We'll have the very latest from Dallas and local reaction to that coming up on WKYT News.